Hey there, my fellow mind, body, wisdom fans, emotional and energy alchemists, and fellow dowsers. Are you been feeling lately like you're just fed up with everything? It's like you feel fatigued, you don't want to do anything. So if you've been feeling fatigued, then why don't you just follow along with me, Colleen Flanagan, author of this bestseller on Amazon, Fearless Accurate Dowsing. I've helped people around the world release their hurtful emotional pain so they really feel good about life again. Now, emotional exhaustion occurs when we just have so much going on and we're overwhelmed. If you look over to emotional fatigue, which is also called emotional exhaustion, according to the Googles, it's a state of feeling mentally and emotionally drained, overwhelmed, and unable to cope as a result of prolonged chronic stress. And it also is a sign that you have pushed past your limits for so long you feel stuck or trapped by the demands of life. Oh my God, I've been there. I bet you've been there, or else you wouldn't be watching this, right? Some of the signs are persistent fatigue, irritability and anger, feeling detachment or apathy. Walking around the house saying, F it, just F it. Been there, done that. Just last week, I think. Overwhelmed by simple tasks, like you don't want to do the dishes, don't want to do anything anywhere. So it also can be identified with a brain fog and just a feeling of dread. Well, I think a lot of us are here right now, right? This also comes from caregiving, parenting, animal caregivers as well, right? Perfectionism. Anyway, there's so much that you could feel, but I discovered last week when I was in the depths of my emotional fatigue, my just feeling I can't do anything else, I'm just so done with it. And if you feel like you might have that now, all you got to do is get rid of it with a simple swipe of your hand over your governing vessel meridian. Again, you can tap the end points of the governing vessel meridian, and you can also spin a pendulum or your hand to the left to clear, to the right to instill. Same thing with a pendulum. It's so cool. Just do whatever makes you feel good, whatever you feel attracted to do. I release my compassion fatigue by clearing my governing vessel meridian most often. Also, at my age, you got to keep those arms toned, right? You can use either arm, either hand, and just talk about it and say, I now release and let go completely and totally of this compassion fatigue, because I've just felt exhausted by seeing all the horrors going on in this world and feeling so sad for every person, place, and thing, plant, animal, vegetable, mineral, Mother Earth suffering. I just let it go now. No amount of suffering on our part, or worry or concern, or hatred or apathy or whatever, none of our emotions are going to make things any better, right? In fact, they could possibly make them worse by keep focusing on bad stuff happening. So that's why you want to get rid of this. Also, it horribly affects your body, as I mentioned a few moments ago, from the Googles. I just let this go, this compassion fatigue. What if everyone was here on this planet with their specific mission or missions, including our animal friends, which I truly believe there are earth angels? All this stuff is supposed to be happening so we can move towards a better planet, a better lifetime, a better society on this planet. Because we really don't know why all this stuff is happening. You might think, okay, it's because of the greed and the corruption of some very wealthy people and warmongers and war profiteers and stuff. We don't really know for sure what the end of the project is supposed to bring us, right? Is it going to be like those dystopian TV shows online? Or is it going to be some incredible new life? We don't know. And it's good to release it because you don't want that slowing you down. Emotions can lead, when they're repressed, to horrible things happening in your body. I'm here to tell you, not only from myself, but clients, their animal friends. Our animals and our children pick up on our vibrations, and they can reflect our own fears through their illnesses. So just clear it out, and then you think to yourself, okay, compassion fatigue. When I first started doing this, I felt like I was at level 9 or 10. Just the sadness and the sorrow and wanting to cry all the time, feeling sad. But now, think about it, I don't feel an emotional charge. So if you're not a dowser, you could do that, right? You don't have to be doing like I'm doing all the time. Before I started this clearing work, my compassion fatigue was level 10. Now, Human Colleen's compassion fatigue is level 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So now think of anything else in your life. It should probably start with something important, like your work. Maybe you're sick and tired of your work. Again, if you're a creative or an influencer, self-employed, entrepreneur, or even someone who's really sort of independent in their job, like salespeople, they get sick of being rejected all the time and stuff. Think about one big thing in your life that you're just done with it. I'm just so sick of it and everything. But you need to have it in your life, like work and income and things. And you're just feeling so burnt out, so disgusted with it all, with all the hassles, day after day, year after year, decade after decade, right? Sorry, I don't mean to bum you out. Anyway, think of that. If you want, you can assign a severity. It might already be at level 10, the highest severity, the worst possible situation, just stuck, feeling stuck and unable to, just stuck and frozen in fear. We've all been there, right? Anyway, you just start talking about it and clearing it. I release this feeling that I'm stuck, this emotional fatigue, this emotional overwhelm, feeling oh so tired and weary of the daily grind, of the BS at work, of the office bullies, of having to do the same thing day after day. Just releasing this emotional fatigue and this emotional overwhelm. My work overwhelm, this work fatigue, same thing. As we used to say back in the 80s, SSDD, same stuff, different day. It's never the same, right? It might seem like it if you got the attitude. Stinking thinking, like Zig Ziglar used to say. I let go now. I release and let go of all the fatigue of every task I have to do every day. And maybe I have been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years. If you're as old as me, you probably have been. I did this for my housework because I just reached a point I'm so sick of it. I've been in the same house for decades and I'm tired of cleaning it. And whatever you do, don't say, I'm sick and tired of this, because you don't want to program sickness into your body. And it's better just to say, maybe I'm fatigued by this constant having to do the same thing, but I let it go. I release this fatigue. I have the power to release this fatigue. So just talk about it till you start feeling better. And then go back and focus. And think about having to do these tasks again. I'm thinking about something I absolutely didn't want to do today before I started making this video. And now I'm okay with it. Thank you. That's how you know when you're done. Anytime you start feeling resistance to something like a repeated action, a task you got to do every day over and over, or you just weary of it, clear it out like this. And if you want, you can put in some affirmations as well. I'm going to do this and use the pendulum spinning to the right. Now that I've cleared out my emotional fatigue, emotional overwhelm about having to do the same stuff every day, I choose to fill those voids of that energy, that fatigue that we just released, filling it with happiness, joy, and zest, and passion for life. I remember one time I was complaining to my father, I'm so bored with this job, going on and on. And he just looked at me like I was a dumbass, which I was. And he goes, Colleen, there's millions of people around the world who would love to have your problems. They would probably kill for your job. They'd kill for your home, for your car, for your life, your lifestyle, for the freedom you have. Why don't you just appreciate that? I choose to appreciate my life and everything I have in it that I created. Because feeling fed up, emotionally fatigued, just so bored and done with it all, that's just emotions, right? And you clear the emotions and you feel better. And better and better and better. And realize that you are so blessed. So be thankful for it, right? Yeah, we all have stuff going on we don't want to deal with. But if you think about how bad it could be, but don't think on that too long, things will be better. Think about the people who are suffering so much around the planet, the animals, Mother Earth herself. But you're probably better off, right? So instead of feeling this overwhelm and this fatigue and such, take some action, even the tiniest little action, what you're doing right now, right? You want to feel better about the stuff you're seeing that makes you sad? Donate your time, donate your money, make phone calls to your politicians, do whatever you can. It always feels better when you take action. Again, that's the voice of experience here. How many times I've sat on my sofa just like I can't take this anymore, I can't do it. And just feeling fatigued and overwhelmed. It just cleared my energy and I felt instantly better and got up and started doing stuff. I remember one of my clients, the one thing she hated, and she and her husband had a big house, but they didn't want anyone in their house because they had all these sacred items and stuff like that, and they didn't want anyone's bad vibes coming in and messing with their stuff. She goes, I can't do this anymore, all this cleaning. And I said, well, let's just clear your emotional fatigue about the clearing. So we did, and she felt way better. And she emails me hours later saying, I cleaned the whole house, top to bottom, everything. I scrubbed the bathrooms. I felt so good, and it looked so good. And my husband, he was just like in amazement at everything I got done after having put it off. Well, I think he needs to be doing some of that too, but that's none of my business, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments or requests for future videos, please leave them below in the comments. Your comments just brighten my day and make me laugh. You have no idea. Plus, they're good for the algorithm of YouTube, which will help me reach more people so we can help more people learn do-it-yourself healing like you're learning. I'm so proud of your progress. You are a treasure. I love you. Peace out. Namaste. Get 10 free chapters of my Fearless Accurate Dowsing book on my website, emorescue.com. There's also links to all my Amazon books and other interesting information. Thank you.